What better way for a son and a father to bond over than their mutual love for the Dallas Cowboys? Hi, I'm Michael Davis with my dad, Mac. We're a star-studded son and dad duo on the star-studded Cowboys Network, powered by Fans First Sports Network and Boom Broadcasting. And this is Dad and the Boys. Maybe it's a good...
Maybe it's a good thing what?
Maybe it's a good thing we're on the road this week.
Well, yeah, that we seem to do our best work on the road. We're the road warriors. Unfortunately, this week has not been a great week for us, having just lost at home again for the fifth time to the Texans. Took us a little decompression mode. But I will say this, son. The Dallas Cowboys played and were competitive longer in that game than they've been on any home game so far this season.
And it wasn't until late when it started to get out of hand.
Right. I mean, and it was with that sack, fumble recovery, touchdown that kind of just turned the whole momentum. I mean, because our defense was hanging in there strong. Welcome back, Micah Parsons, by the way. Thank you for being home.
Yeah, welcome back. But honestly, with that game, you walked into it and you're like, probably won't win. But when your starting left tackle goes down with an injury, when your starting right guard goes down with an injury, when your starting left guard goes down with an injury, it just kept piling up.
It did. And then, unfortunately, if you're not aware, Marquise Bell, our backup safety, is out for the season. I was surprised when I read that he hadn't logged a lot of snaps on defense, but it was a special team standout. And, separated shoulder, and it looked bad. It really did look bad on that injury. And he's out for the remainder of the year. We did activate and I don't know, it was kind of trending like they might play this weekend. I haven't seen any updates confirming that they will, but Marshawn Nealon and Brandon Cooks are looking to go, hopefully. Deron Bland has been a full practice for most of the week. So hopefully he'll make his debut and wreak havoc in the secondary. He kind of got his big moment last year against this Washington team.
He did, but he hasn't played rookie Jayden Daniels, number 2 overall pick. He's pretty close to a shoe-in for rookie of the year, at least offensively. And this is the first game this season that Dallas is double-digit underdogs by Vegas standards. They opened at 9.5. Now it's a 10.5 point favorite for Washington. They're 7-4. Dallas is 3-7. Good thing is, Dallas have won all 3 of their games on the road. Bad thing, Washington is 4-1 at home and trying to stay apace with the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's also going to be Dan Quinn and a lot of their first times playing Dallas. You got Tyler Biadasz, you got Dorrance Armstrong, you got Dante Fowler. We're going to see a lot of familiar faces.
They're healthy. But, spoiler alert, I'm going to go ahead and jump to it. Don't worry about it, Washington. You're going to keep pace with the Eagles, even though we're going to hang you a loss, because the Eagles are going to lose to the Rams this week, so you ain't going to lose any ground. Don't worry about it, Dan Quinn. You good.
Dang. And you mentioned Washington is healthy. At least Marshawn Lattimore is out. We don't have to play against him.
I don't care who we play against. I mean, honestly, our team is going to be struggling. I mean, and we know that. We know that. But, it is who it is. I mean, right now, unfortunately, they're looking at it's a role reversal this year. They are looking at a potential playoff position, and we're looking at a top 10 draft pick. Kind of changes our trajectory from years past. And for those folks out there talking about us drafting Shadir Sanders and Dion coming, Dion himself even said that, in a report, in an interview, that he doesn't follow men. He leads men. and he's happy at Colorado. Not that we're going to be drafting Shedeur Sanders because we've got Dak lined up for the next 4 years plus.
But there's a lot of talent at the top of that draft.
There is a lot of talent at the top of that draft. I don't think we're going to be able to get our hands on Travis Hunter because I think he's going to be a Jaguar, unfortunately.
Hey, come on, Trevor, so we can get Travis.
But you know what? I would say this. The one thing that I hope happens is simply this, that Shedeur does not go to New York because I do not want to pull for him as a Giant. If he goes to the Jets, I'm okay with that. I do not want to pull for the Giants, and I do like Shedeur Sanders. And shout out to our Duke Blue Devils who won last night against Arizona. Got family there in Tucson. They're big U of A fans. It was nice to see Duke handle business and get a good quality win against a really good team.
And we'll get to hopefully see the Duke football team perform pretty well later this evening as Dad and I experience Duke VT in Durham.
In Durham, yep. We're headed down to Durham shortly after getting this episode completed, and we'll be looking forward to Blue Devils' victory there. Just like tomorrow, we're going to look forward to watching Dallas beat this. I still call them the Redskins. I'm sorry. They can call themselves the Commanders or not. They don't command anything.
Well, we'll
they don't even command respect.
Dang. We'll hopefully get to that game soon. So let's go ahead and take our commercial break. Let's talk about the one-star matchup that could lead to a Dallas victory, a Dallas upset in Washington, and of course, our final score prediction. And we'll take that commercial break right now on Fans First Sports Network after this break. Welcome back to Dad and the Boys. Michael Davis, my dad, Matt. We're getting to that Duke game, so we want to go ahead and.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to interrupt you. I found out the reason that the Commanders took in when they did their color scheme, even back when they were the Redskins. You know why they did it, right?
Why?
Because they're the redheaded stepchild. You suck. You will always suck, and never ever will be anything but a sucky team. You will always be Dallas's little redheaded stepchild.
Well, for the redheaded stepchild that's having a better season than Dallas right now.
I said that to just. I also not only is it true, but I just said that because I know soon after we do this one-star matchup, you're going to be wanting to do your pick.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of giving you a foreshadowing event. I know you're like that English major, foreshadowing. Think about your birth certificate, son.
What's your one-star matchup, Dad?
My one-star matchup is Trayvon Diggs against Scary Terry. And Scary Terry's a quality player. Shame he plays for a sucky team. But that's my one-star matchup because, I think Trayvon, like normal, will shut him down. He'll have to try to go get somebody else to cover him. Hopefully that'll be DeRon Bland, and Bland will just take him out.
That would be good to shut down Scary Terry, Noah Brown in that offense. My one-star matchup for this game, Zach Martin's doubtful headed in the final injury report we've done. Tyler Smith is questionable, but I am so concerned, and I feel like I challenge this guy every week. Terrence Steele, okay? No more important has any other game been than this one. Dallas let Armstrong walk to Washington. Dallas let Dante Fowler walk to Washington. Dallas let Dan Quinn take those guys from the Cowboys. And so I don't want to see former Cowboys sacking any of our quarterbacks, whether it's Cooper Rush playing, whether it's Trey Lance playing at some point. So Terrence Steele, you got to, prove Jerry right in some aspect of free agency that he didn't spend money re-signing Fowler or Armstrong, even though Fowler's Bowers had a pretty decent year this year in Washington. So Terrence Steele, step up to the plate.
Well, I don't think it was anything against those guys. It was just that when Dallas chose not to resign them, they didn't anticipate that in training camp that they were going to lose Sam Williams. It was going to be his breakout year. He was going to be the third man up behind Lawrence and Parsons. And, we haven't had Lawrence. We haven't had Parsons part of the year. Sam went down in training camp, right?
Yeah.
And then, we had Nealon. And Nealon looked good as a rookie. And he's just trying to start making his way back from IR. His window is activated. Now, whether or not they'll actually activate him for this game or not, who knows? Our window for Deron Bland's been a while, and he's on the active roster, but he hasn't made his debut yet.
Right.
But I do know that both those guys him and Cooks were saying that they were they were hopeful to actually get on the field here in Washington this week.
Okay. Well, let's hope they show up. Zach Martin is doubtful, as I mentioned. Trayvon Diggs is questionable, but expecting Trayvon Diggs to play, and then Jake Ferguson is out. So we'll see a lot of Luke Schoonmaker. And Dad, it's time
for Brendan Spanford, who did really good. So, it sucks that Jake is going to be out, but, the fact that Jake is, it was a short week, and if you get a legit concussion, it's hard to come back in that little bit of period.
We're not the Miami Dolphins.
We're probably not making the playoffs this year, so why risk the kid's career?
Exactly.
Let's play smart ball.
Yeah. Well, obviously the two teams are in different trajectories right now. When it comes to the final score,
Dallas by one.
Tank for trap. All right, it's been Dad and the Boys on Boom Broadcasting on Fans First Sports Network.
Just a heads up for programming. Starstruck with Mac will not air today. It will air next week. Actually, might even give you an early Thanksgiving present. May air it on Wednesday.
Okay.
That's the goal. Is air it Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving.
Okay. Game. Let's figure out a way to do that. That would be awesome. Obviously, we dropped Dad and the Boys in this Starstruck time slot. If you're watching us at 3 p.m. And again, as I mentioned on the Man Behind the Mic earlier this afternoon, Boom Broadcasting content may be a little sporadic this week because it is Thanksgiving, and that's by design. We aren't telling our content creators to produce content this week. We're not telling our content creators to take a week off. We're leaving that up to them as individuals, whether they want to, move their schedule around a little bit, or if they want to take a week off, or if they find this therapeutic and want to do content.
And understand, and it is, as fans of Boom Broadcasting and Fans First Sports Network, this week is about family. For us, it's family, football, and we're going to be visiting this next weekend. We're going to be visiting an inspiration for that one star segment.
Yes, we are. So that's why we're very intentional with this week of Boom Broadcasting. We know you guys enjoy a lot of the content we're putting out right now, and we're very, very thankful. But there will be some. I know Al Pocket will do an episode Monday and Tuesday of next week. I know there will be the Drop the Mic Wrestling podcast, probably recapping Full Gear and previewing Survivor Series War Games next week. So there will still be content. Dad and the Boys will probably drop Tuesday, Starstruck on Wednesday, and then you want to keep up with the socials for Boom Broadcasting. And remember, you're needing some Christmas apparel. You need some Christmas gifts. We'll drop the Fanatics link, and follow us on socials for that as well. And that way you can not only get your loved ones Dallas Cowboys gear, but you can also support Boom Broadcasting in the meantime. But guys, we appreciate y'all joining us this Saturday afternoon for a special Dad and the Boys episode. And guys, we'll let you return to your regularly scheduled lives. And remember, this isn't our first rodeo. We'll catch you here next time.